Imagine your world without your smartphone, without the ability to instantly connect, share, or learn at your fingertips. Picture a day where your favorite apps, navigation tools, and even your camera are suddenly gone. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Or think about cities without the quiet hum of electric cars gliding through the streets, or the steady rotation of wind turbines on the horizon, silently generating clean energy for millions. All these defining technologies have something in common. They rely on rare earth elements. These are a group of 17 metallic elements, each with unique magnetic, luminescent, and conductive properties that make them indispensable in modern technology. Rare earths are the secret sauce powering the 21st century. They're essential for everything from the tiny motors in your phone, to the powerful magnets in wind turbines, to the lenses in your camera, the batteries in electric vehicles, and even the guidance systems in advanced missiles. Without these elements, technological progress would grind to a halt. Our daily lives, from communication to transportation, entertainment to security, would be dramatically different and far less advanced. Despite their name, some rare earths are actually more common in the Earth's crust than copper. But there's a catch. They're rarely found in concentrated, easily mineable deposits, making extraction a real challenge. Extracting and separating rare earths is a complex, costly, and often environmentally taxing process. It requires advanced technology, significant investment, and careful handling to avoid pollution and health risks. This difficulty makes rare earths a precious commodity. They're not just vital for consumer electronics, but also for advanced military hardware, renewable energy, and even space exploration. As a result, nations that control rare earth mining and processing wield enormous economic and strategic power, influencing global supply chains and international relations. Access to rare earth elements has become a matter of national security, shaping new alliances, sparking trade disputes, and redrawing the maps of global influence. The quest for these hidden ingredients is now defining the new frontiers of global power, as nations race to secure their place in our rapidly evolving, technology-driven world. The Philippines, long known for its natural beauty and conventional minerals, is now home to a newly discovered vast rare earth element reserves. Recent surveys estimate these deposits are worth billions, instantly repositioning the country on the global resources map. This discovery gives the Philippines unprecedented leverage in global trade and diplomacy, making it a potential kingmaker in high-tech supply chains. As the world seeks to diversify rare earth sources, the Philippines emerges as a compelling alternative to the current monopoly. The conversation is shifting from potential to strategy. How can the nation harness this resource responsibly, ensuring benefits for its people without unacceptable environmental costs? The Philippines now stands at the threshold of redefining its economic destiny and global influence. In July 2025, the Philippines and the United States signed a landmark trade agreement, cementing the global significance of the country's rare earth discovery. The deal grants the U.S. preferential access to Philippine rare earths, aiming to reduce American dependence on foreign critical minerals. For the U.S., it's a move to build a resilient, diversified supply chain, free from the influence of its chief rival, China. The partnership brings American investment, technology, and expertise to help the Philippines develop its rare earth sector from the ground up. This alliance is more than economics. It's a strategic commitment to regional stability and security in the Indo-Pacific. The rare earth deal is now a cornerstone of renewed U.S.-Philippines cooperation, reshaping international diplomacy and alliances. The Philippines' rare earth emergence is a game-changer for Southeast Asia, a region already rich in mineral resources. For decades, Southeast Asia has played a supporting role in the global minerals market. But now, the spotlight is shifting. The Philippines, with its untapped potential, is stepping forward as a key player, signaling a new era for the region's mining industry. Vietnam holds the world's second-largest reserves, but struggles with low production, highlighting the technical and financial hurdles ahead. Despite its vast resources, Vietnam faces challenges in scaling up extraction and refining, often due to limited infrastructure and investment. This gap between potential and output is a reminder that having resources is only the first step. Malaysia, meanwhile, excels in processing, not just mining, showing that value lies in technological expertise. Its advanced facilities and skilled workforce have made it a regional leader in adding value to raw materials, turning minerals into high-demand products for global markets. Thailand, with smaller reserves, has built a steady, reliable output by focusing on accessible resources. By prioritizing efficiency and sustainability, Thailand has managed to maintain a consistent presence in the market, proving that even modest reserves can drive economic growth when managed wisely. The Philippines can learn from these varied approaches, drawing lessons from both successes and setbacks. By studying its neighbors, the country can avoid common pitfalls and adopt best practices, from technological innovation to responsible resource management. With significant reserves and a powerful U.S. partnership, the Philippines could leapfrog regional competitors. This collaboration brings not only investment, but also access to advanced mining technologies and global markets, accelerating the country's rise in the rare earth sector. It's not just joining the contest, it's poised to redefine the rare earth landscape in Southeast Asia. The Philippines is setting new standards for innovation, sustainability, and international cooperation, inspiring other nations to rethink their own strategies. The region's balance of power is shifting, and the Philippines is now at the center. As the world's demand for rare earths grows, Southeast Asia's future will be shaped by how the Philippines navigates this pivotal moment, potentially transforming not just its own economy, but the entire region's role on the global stage. Despite new discoveries and shifting alliances in the global rare earth sector, China remains the undisputed powerhouse. Its influence is not just a matter of resources, but of strategy, infrastructure, and long-term vision. While other nations scramble to catch up, China's grip on the market only tightens. China controls about 70% of global rare earth mining and an even greater share, 90% of processing, thanks to decades of strategic investment and unwavering state support. This dominance is the result of careful planning, government subsidies, and a willingness to bear the environmental and economic costs that others have avoided. Its technological lead is fiercely protected by export bans on advanced processing methods, keeping other nations dependent on Chinese expertise and supply. These restrictions make it nearly impossible for competitors to replicate China's success overnight. Even as the U.S. and Philippines forge new deals and announce ambitious projects, China's established infrastructure and deep commercial ties across Southeast Asia give it a powerful head start. Its networks are woven into the fabric of the region's economy. Chinese firms are deeply embedded in regional supply chains, including in the Philippines, where their expertise and capital are often indispensable. This integration makes it difficult for new entrants to operate independently. Building a competitive, independent supply chain will be a monumental challenge for new entrants. It requires not just investment, but also time, technology, and skilled labor, resources that China has spent decades cultivating. For now, China sets the terms of the global rare earth trade, dictating prices and availability, even as new players rise and international competition intensifies. The Philippines' entry is significant, signaling a shift in the landscape, but the dragon's shadow still looms large, reminding the world that China's dominance is far from over. The Philippines faces steep challenges in turning rare earth potential into profit. The biggest hurdle is the technology gap. Mining is just the start. Processing requires advanced expertise and massive investment. Without domestic processing, the country risks exporting raw ore at low prices, missing out on the most lucrative part of the value chain. Building this industry demands billions in capital, robust infrastructure, and transparent governance. Environmental risks are immense. Mining and processing can devastate ecosystems and produce toxic, even radioactive waste. Strict regulations and advanced waste management are essential to avoid ecological disaster. Social impacts are profound, especially for rural and indigenous communities near mining sites. The Philippines must balance technological, financial, environmental, and social challenges to turn its hidden treasure into a sustainable asset. Developing a rare earth industry could revolutionize the Philippine economy, funding public services and creating high-skilled jobs. It would diversify the economy, reduce reliance on remittances, and elevate the country's global stature. As a key supplier for green energy and tech, the Philippines could shape international trade and diplomacy. But mining's history is filled with environmental and social disasters, and rare earth extraction is especially risky. The government faces pressure to prove it can pursue prosperity without sacrificing natural heritage. The challenge is to balance economic gains with robust environmental protection and fair wealth distribution. The dream is real, but so are the responsibilities. The Philippines stands at a crossroads, with rare earths offering both immense rewards and serious risks. Managed well, this industry could lift millions from poverty and secure the nation's place in the global supply chain. But the resource curse looms. Without strong institutions, mineral wealth can fuel corruption, inequality, and conflict. Geopolitically, aligning with the U.S. brings benefits but also risks, as it places the Philippines in the middle of U.S.-China rivalry. China could retaliate economically, using its market dominance as leverage. The nation must weigh economic transformation against environmental and social costs, and balance alliances with both superpowers. This is more than a mining decision. It's about the country's future identity. The path chosen now will shape the Philippines for generations. The Philippines' rare earth discovery is a turning point for both the nation and the global tech ecosystem. It's a chance to pivot the economy and redefine the country's international role, if managed wisely. For the world, a new supplier means real diversification and greater supply chain security. The U.S.-Philippines deal highlights how access to critical materials now shapes global alliances. The Philippines is no longer peripheral. It's central to the race for the resources that will build tomorrow's world. The journey ahead demands investment, innovation, and political will to overcome processing, environmental, and geopolitical hurdles. The prize is transformative, a new era of prosperity and strategic importance for the Philippines, and a reshaped global race for the elements powering the modern age.